Today, we play Best of One.
The only one in Best of One.
What? Genius axes!
Ta-da!
Eurian. This is Standard. Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and it's time to put down some roots. Time to get in a garden. It's Golgari stuff. And if you watch my set review video, you know I believe that one card that is cheap enough and potentially powerful enough to create a new archetype in this meta is this enchantment, Insidious Roots. For a black and a green, you get an enchantment, and creature tokens you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. Whenever one or more creature cards leave your graveyard, create a 0/1 green plant creature token, then put a +1/+1 counter on each plant you control. So you know how it's really good when Virtue of Loyalty puts counters on your creatures? You know how it's really good when Wedding Announcement makes tokens? Well, this card does it for way cheaper than those two cards, and it does both. You're making the tokens and you're growing them. The gist, the catch, the requirement is a difficult one. You have to keep stocking your graveyard with creatures, and then you have to make them leave your graveyard. So how do we do that in this deck? It's not that we have a lack of options. In fact, there were so many options for this deck. I realized you could build it in so many different ways. I also watched some other content creators, and nobody had the same build. Shout out to Jim Davis, Crokies, Ash Lizzle, people that I watch to get just kind of some ideas of where things are at. Nobody had the same build, and my build isn't the same as theirs. I think all of us see different power, different potential in the card, and you in the comments will probably leave me a lot of comments. Why not this? Why not that? And there was definitely a lot of that on stream. But for Best of One, what I found is getting super low to the ground and just growing your army and your threats seem to be the best use of this deck, the best way that this deck can compete in current meta. Guys, this meta is unbelievably fast. I'm sure you felt it. If you've gone out there and tried to play a mid-range or control game, you know what it's like to feel like the game is hopeless on turn 2. That's how powerful some of the aggro decks are in this standard. It's way too big and it's so hard to prepare for. So we've got to get low to the ground and we got to get in the mud with them. This deck has some cards that you probably haven't seen that have been legal for a while, like Willowgeist. But I love Willowgeist because it's a cheap way to get paid for the thing we already want to do, since we only have 4 copies of Insidious Roots. Willowgeist is going to get a +1/+1 counter whenever a creature card leaves a graveyard, your graveyard, and it's not even a creature card. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, so even non-creatures trigger this. And when this dies, you gain life equal to its power. That life gaining thing, that comes in really handy against the aggro decks, and it's another way to create a growing threat early. We also have a number of other new cards that mostly keep the graveyard stocked, but like this one is kind of insane how perfect it is for the deck. It's no mistake it's in the same set. Robo Belt Maverick and the 6-eyed cat, I suppose, is 1 green for a 1/1 that enters the battlefield and surveils 2. Then you can exile it from your graveyard to put a counter on target creature as a sorcery. So when this enters, you fill your graveyard. When this is in the graveyard for just 1 green mana, you can make it leave the graveyard and put a counter on something, which is a very cheap trigger for the roots. Other great ways to trigger roots include Armored Scrap Gorger, which just target a creature in your graveyard, trigger the roots again. Tyvar is great for both filling and triggering. In fact, the deck really needs a lot of ways that do both. Undead Butler, when it goes to the graveyard, he leaves the graveyard and another creature leaves the graveyard. So this can be 2 triggers in and of itself with the roots. And that's what makes Annihilating Glare good. This isn't a sacrifice deck per se, but you have creatures that end up on the battlefield, like Fairy Dream Thief, which leaves the graveyard, Maverick, which leaves the graveyard, Butler, which leaves the graveyard, and you want them in the graveyard to leave the graveyard. So Annihilating Glare becomes an awesome removal spell of choice, and Pylon is its backup that also fills the graveyard. Snarling Gorehound ties the room together in the most ferociously mean-spirited doggy way. This is a 1/1 menace. Whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, surveil 1. I mean, every time you trigger the roots, that's a surveil. Every time you play one of these cheap creatures, that's a surveil. So it's a great engine to keep the deck cooking and also to help you dig and find the roots as quickly as possible. Get, dig, roots. This is one of the most Golgari decks ever, and I do love its ceiling, its potential in the format, so I'm really excited to play it for you today. I would like to thank the sponsors for today's video, CoolStuffInc.com and Ultimate Guard. Remember to support the sponsors with the links in the description. And I also want to thank all of the members of the Cool Kids Club. We crossed a milestone, a new record for the Cool Kids Club membership, 421 members. One member too many for that funny number. But CGB. Nope. Cool Kids Clubs don't make that sound. Cool Kids Club members sound like this. But CGB, what if I unjoin and then there'll be 420 members? Huh? That would be funny. No questions. Let's dive in. Let the Golgari nonsense begin. On the play, that is a keepable hand. I highly recommend keeping a hand like this when you have the opportunity. So the ideal curve, Gorehound into Gorger into Roots, hopefully with something in the graveyard to exile with the Scrap Gorger already, thanks to the Gorehound milling. The Brute! Okay, angry, aggressive red-green. Interesting. Scrappy. Creature? Teachings. I have a lot of ways to mill. I don't need a teachings. Let's try to get closer to cards that can keep that graveyard full. Explorers, what? 2 counters. Whenever a creature you control with a counter on it dies, put a counter on this. Move a counter. They could have put a counter here, but they didn't. Why didn't they? All right, let's try for Gorehound. If we get a creature here, we do not. Magic is hard. We need a creature in the graveyard, and then we can start using roots. I think I'll just plan to block. Watch the auto tapper. You really need to keep Scrap Gorger up. Auto Tapper hates Llanowar Wastes, but you want to have Gorger available for when there's a creature in your yard. Oh my goodness. The team! What on earth am I up against? So I think they want a block. I will give them a block. That's okay. I also wanted a block. Especially a trade. New Brute. Cool. Is Cash gonna do anything or just... Alright, there you go. Go blue. Target our Gorehound. Let the planting begin. Oh my. Oh my. Oh. What's this? So we need to get a creature in the yard. This taps for mana. That's sweet. So let's see what happens when we buttle. Got a creature? 2 creatures. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is real. This is really happening. All right, roots. Green, tapping it, exiling one of these. Make plants, bin. Make plant, bin. Using green, put counter here. Make plant, bin. Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. Ladies and gentlemen, the graveyard is stocked. And the train of plants is very much here. I don't know what they have, but it better be like Embercleave Plus. What is happening right now? Lonely Vampire seeks thrills. Reply to ad. Very large Sir Ginger, and it's coming in a hot. Well, that's a block we're gonna take. Can you give it Death Touch for the content? One cookie has never been so beaten. Okay, when Butler dies, you may exile it. If you do, return a creature from graveyard to hand. That triggers, you guessed it, the Roots. And that triggers, you guessed it, the Roots. Leading to more Roots. Guys, there's serious magic happening. I've never gardened so hard in my whole life. Oh my god. I can't even fathom how much we were about to attack them for. That was insane. No green mana, sad. No green mana, sad. Also, no Roots, so not worth taking a chance on. I guess we're trying this hand. We've got Willowgeist Teachings to try to figure out what to do. Keep the Pylon or the Willowgeist or the land. Well, we're keeping. Let's put you away. I guess I'll put away the Glare. Need resources. Man, does this deck need a fast land for green-black. Llanowar Waste is your best land, and if you draw 2 of them, you lose the game for taking like 1 billion damage from your mana. It's so demoralizing. Cool. That's great. Love that for me. Okay, they got the tapped land curse, but they do get to grow their Warden, because that card is pretty good. Shuffler, are you fine? Oh, no black creatures. Oh, I was gonna pile on right there, but yeah, no black creatures. War Leader's Call, solid, very solid. No attacks though, kind of bizarre. Found a black creature. All things considered, could be worse. And there's a Dream Thief in the graveyard. No mana to use it. Kill it. Bin. We gotta go for Roots. Roots are about the only acceptable thing at the moment. Maybe some giant Willowgeist will carry. At the bare minimum, we can activate them twice next turn using the attack from the Kieran and the Rumble Belt Maverick. Rumble Belt? What's Rumble Belt? Rumble Belt Mako is a card? What's a Rubble Belt? Let me get a good look at this art. Where's the rubble? Why is your belt special? Why does your cat have so many eyes? No questions. Opponent? Think they have double Resolute Reinforcements? Yeah. Okay. Counter. Let's see. Exile a creature, make a 1/1 spirit. Exile non-creature, put a counter on target creature. Okay, so put a counter here. Triggers. Hopefully, Willowgeist is going to prove its quality. chance for the Geist of the Willow to prove its quality. So if we exile Pylon, for example, counter here, counters here. Should be large enough to attack. Are you not impressed? As Willowgeist tries to solo on a mold of 5. Okay. We fall to 16. They gang up on Kieran. Big time. They didn't like that. They drop to 7. You know these have trample, right? Like, what's your plan? What are you gonna do? If we find a land, just exiling the Dream Thief grows these again. If our Butler dies, it grows them. No attack. Land off the top. Full send. What you got? Deck building fundamentals, ladies and gentlemen. How to make a flood your friend. Opponent. Opponent. The tricks are on board. There's the roots. Willowgeist. That's why it's in the deck. On the play, no castable cards in our hand. Bad lands. Do I keep it and just hope to draw black? Because if I mulligan it, I might not see another roots. Might also draw Scrap Gorger. Let's see, how many cards in the deck can we draw? Cottage, Waste, Swamp, Takanuma. 14. Scrap Gorger. 18. 18 out of 50 some. 2 draws to be relevant. And that doesn't include drawing a Rubble Belt to try to dig deeper. Hold on to your butts. Shuffler. Shuffler's fine. Just give me the 4th roots for the content. Don't hold back on me. Yeah. Cool. I could have waited for the 4th recruitment officer. Let's just say I get the picture. Great hand on the draw. Definitely something we can keep. Let's go straight to Willowgeist. We have the curve. We want to go roots into Tyvar. If it's mono blue and this resolves, they probably won't get it off the field. Ah, okay. Virtuoso Helping Hand. That different? Seems pretty fresh. They don't have a white source yet. Still no white source. Interesting. They kept a hand without a white source. So it would be a Spell Pierce that would blow up our plan? I think we risk it. All right, hit, baby.
Whoever slays the most Phyrexians will
Oh,
share in my
perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right, read this. You may activate them as though they have haste. It's not just on my turn, so I can respond to a Helping Hand by activating Scrap Gorger. I could also just play it now and trigger the roots again, but I think I hold it up. Although... I can tap this for mana too. Oh my goodness. Are you not entertained? Oh, we are cooking now. We're gonna keep up the Scrap Gorger because of the incidental graveyard hate on their reanimation. I'll take another. I'm Tyvar is popping. Let's stick to it. Let's stick to it. Oh, get out. I guess I didn't draw a white source. Still, it gave you an idea of what the deck can do when it has the 1-drop into Roots into Tyvar hand. I think I'd keep it on a second land, but on one land, I'm gonna mull this. Okay, we don't have our key card, but we have a way to surveil into possibly another way to surveil and Tyvar, so we can really dig for it. I think we put away the Butler as probably the worst card in the hand. And it's Tranquil Cove, control. Really the only hope we have against control is that Tyvar does some pretty insane things. Let's try to surveil ourselves into a second land that's untapped. We will fail in our endeavor. Let's bin them both. Untapped lands. Come on, man. Why has it got to be so hard? Where is my blossoming marsh? Why does Wizards pick favorites in the mana base? It hurts, but we're playing Magic. It's all good. Our opponent's also on tapped land train, and they weren't going to cast anything anyway, let's be honest. They're going to mill me? They're going to mill me? Are you going to mill me? Guys, I think they're going to mill me. We drew the Roots. We have nothing in the graveyard to leave right now or a way to make it leave. We could play the Scrap Gorger and hope to resolve the Roots next turn. I'm really worried about that. But we might also sweep the board. In which case, we can play Roots and bring this back. No, we can't. Tough call. I don't know if they'll feel a need to sweep the board if we do this. Okay, more Tyvars. I think we keep all the Tyvars we can get and hope that these don't get exiled. Stick into 3 mana, so they really want to activate this turn, so it's in our interest to go right at them. I have no way to do this turn except for the Scrap Gorger. If I get out a Tyvar and it hits another Scrap Gorger, we could play Roots, but it wouldn't trigger. Well, let's go for it. They might have a counter spell, and we have 2 Tyvars and 1 Roots. Okay, good. Now they don't get a land from us, courtesy of Realmbreaker. And they missed a land drop. So hopefully we're taking some advantage of that. We're missing it too, but they need it more than we do. Let's get a land out of our graveyard so that there's a chance they whiff on Realmbreaker. They could have responded with Realmbreaker right there. They didn't. Teachings. We've got a creature in the yard now, so if this resolves, we get to do the thing. Let's try. Resolves. Trigger. Could hit it with a Get Lost right now and break my heart. They don't. Yeah, their plan is clear. They're going to use the Realmbreaker. Ooh. Well, either way, they're going to get it, right? So, here you go. Can we get another negate? Not. Another surveil. Another land that they're going to get anyway, so let's just keep going. And what I give for them to just play a Planeswalker, I can Annihilating Glare without getting rid of the Roots. That would be so nice. What's gonna tilt me is that they're gonna steal my land, then they're gonna top deck an untapped land and Sunfall. That's what's gonna get me. God, I hate being right all the time.
Impressed? Good.
What do we got? What do we got? No Scrap Gorger, but hey, this is something. There's a Scrappy. They might mill it, but let's hang on to it. They might spend their turn on Restless Anchorage, attack Tyvar, which would be great. We're prepared for that. Wow. Really? Really? Felt kind of desperate. Untap target creature, huh? Really? Oh, opponent, you're crazy. No respect for Tyvar. You give me map tokens like that? Right? Awesome. How do I get to it? Map token won't do it. Tyvar can do it. I need one more mana. This is a mana. Okay, done. All right. Trigger. Tyvar.
Today we carve our deeds into history. It's not a
Another one. It grows the plants again, or we could map. Two, three, four, five, six. No, no. That's not what I meant to target at all. Tilt. Sure. Let's go. Keep it up. No, I meant to get the memory deluge, but I guess if they tap out for that, they probably die, so maybe that would have been the wrong play anyway. 27 cards. That's not a sweeper. You're not a sweeper. Do we have a chance here? I think we have a chance here. That get lost on the token was so are you crazy?
Retreat is
12 cards. That might be the worst Jace I've ever seen. Because look what they gave me. These plants are going to be insane. Oh, you're gonna die for that. Oh, does that make me happy? Just don't stumble over the freaking finish line, CGB. Let's go, plants. Let's go, plants. I don't think I need more fuel, but what the heck. We finish it this turn, or we are not going to finish it at all. So now when this attacks, it'll be a
There's
3/3.
that second wind.
Set it up. Keep it coming. It's a mana engine because of Tyvar. But it's so much more. We gotta keep going. We gotta do as much as we can. These plants have to be huge. We have to assume they're going to kill or block one thing. Blair can't clear the way because it doesn't hit the artifact. So we need to activate Cottage. That's 1, 2. We need to use this. Attacking with it won't do any good. We also want to bring out the Dream Thief. What you doing? What you doing? Dude, at some point, you've got to figure out what's killing you. It's the roots. It's been the roots the whole time. Why is the root... How are we still doing this? All right, so we get one more exile with this. Exile a creature for a 1/1. That's going to grow all the plants. These are the plants that can attack. All right, black, green... I guess we should use the summoning sick plants now because something might happen to Tyvar. You never know. Power up. Summoning sick, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. This isn't going to tap for mana, so what we have left is for the thief. We could use the thief now. I guess we do. Because we still have a map token that can add 1 more point of power. So we can say we did everything we could to put as much damage into this attack phase as possible. Oh, I wish I had gotten you in the graveyard. I guess if I wanted to be sure, I should have left a non-land on top, but there you go. All right, guys. This is it. Are they dead? I am attacking you for what seems to be way too much. Did we run out? Did we run out of creatures? I think there's still Scrappy. There it is. Dude. It's gotta be enough. There's no way they live. There's no way they live. I mean, at this point, we're just going for negative 69. Oh no. Oh no. Did they see? No! No! What have I done? What have I done? Why'd I do the Dream Thief? Oh god, no! No, not like this! Their out was my incompetence. No comments. Not a word. Not a word. This is the hand you keep because you get to dig really deep. Really, really deep. I just really hope I don't have to bin roots. I want to find roots, but I want to find a land or two first. Perfect. This is fine. Oh, goody. Cut down. I love cut down. I would have played Scrap Gorger, but I guess we can't. That's fine. We're digging for roots. We're digging for lands. I'll die by my own mana base. Life goes on. Virtue. Oh, you're gonna kill one of these? I like that. All right, put this on the field. Or we get the Geist going. Scrap is great, but it's not really good until it has some support. Out of cut down range. Somebody getting married? Good for you. I guess we await Rafine for those cards, don't we? Let the life total just keep on dropping. No roots. No roots. So I guess we're binning. No sense in anything else. Would they kill it? They probably would, huh? You want to kill this? They don't mind? They don't see... Okay. Maybe they're just not worried about the Geist, but I still want it in the graveyard. Come on, Roots. You can't keep me waiting. I'm going to get drowned in this value without you. Creature's got to go. Card kind of ruins everything. Oh! You heard my cry. Roots! Let's go. Casual 6/6 coming through. Set up to keep the root power going next turn. Hit him. What now? Down to 12. I still suspect a cut down. But will they use that on Scrap Gorger now? Or will they use it on something else? Because these keep getting bigger. But these keep making them. I know. Cast Virtue of Loyalty. Do it. Ah, okay. There's the go for the throat. We gain 6 life. Huge. They're trying to ruin my engine. They've got all the removal spells. Okay. They went for the token. They left the Gorger. Land. Now is not the time. But here we are. Trigger. Okay. I guess it's all in the timing. They might have a Rafine. So let's chill. We need to draw ways to keep this going. Very Dream Thief would be good. Surveilly Dog would be good. We need to keep feeding the beast. Why? Okay, do you have another cut down? Like, why the manual taps to keep Rafine's tower open? Their creatures are going to keep going. Ours have to keep going too. Oh, I hate it, but I think I have to pile on here. This next draw has to be a banger. I think we can beat this Virtue, but we really do need some good draws. Okay, those were not it. Excellent pile on there. Excellent pile on before my 20 land deck flooded out to oblivion. And there's a Dream Thief. There is a Dream Thief. Excellent. All right, let's see what we get with it. We need it to go to the graveyard. But maybe it can put something else in the graveyard that has an activated ability. Oh, a Glare? I'll take a Glare. I will definitely take a Glare. 4/5 becomes a 5/6. Becomes a 3/4. I guess let's see if we can get those tokens off the battlefield because they're going to keep growing. Processing. That's it. Try. I still, it feels like they have a cut down and they had one earlier. They either drew double or they're bluffing, you know? Let's find out. Okay, timing sus. Timing very sus. They fall to 7. My engine's been taken apart to an extent, but next turn we can Glare, kill a thing, sack the Dream Thief to do it, draw with Dream Thief, keep it going. Virtue puts counters on their tokens. Roots puts counters on our tokens and makes more tokens. Ooh, that's a big life linker. Interesting. We do this. Easiest block ever. The double block we don't want because we're going to keep growing these cards. Opponent, did I just get you? I think I just got you. I think that is what we call an oopsie. They read the card 3 times. Didn't help. Oh, baby. Yes, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, we cooking now.
Good.
Let's show him. Let's show him. Ooh. Oh, let's put the butler to work. Let's do some buttling. The graveyard, get something back, exile itself, trigger again. Return to hand. Wait, you. I'm going to demonstrate a loop. Oh wait, I don't have a way to sacrifice it, but this is still cool. Maybe I'll hit another thing I can bring out of the graveyard. Dream Thief. I mean, I think they're dead. But you know, don't we all want to know how deep the rabbit hole goes? Today's Cool Kids Club member shootout. Why am I so bad at this? How many times have I messed this up? Today's Cool Kids Club member shout out goes to Axel Moore, who became the 421st Cool Kids Club member and ruined the funny number moment. Everybody give some love to Axel Moore in the comments. Axel, you're cool. What can I tell you about this deck? Should you craft it? Is this the new archetype that's going to reinvent the meta? No. This deck is probably a good tool away from being perfect. And I did try a number of different approaches and cards, and maybe I missed something. So let me know in the comments what would change that would make this better, I think it's in the best position it can be to create an awesome engine if given a moment, especially on the play, to keep up with the other decks in the format. But in particular, like, all the flying in the format is frustrating. Warden of the Inner Sky, I got Steel Seraph throwing an Adeline over the top, you know, that kind of thing. Godric, Phoenix Chick. It's kind of amazing how all the flying gets you. That's a problem. And just kind of the great draws of the aggro decks are so unstoppable. You need another turn or two to get the roots going. When the engine works, it works though, and the ceiling is very high. That's why I was really excited to make this video, and that's why I'm really happy to showcase some of these games. When this deck pops off, it's more entertaining and it looks more fun than a lot of things in the meta. If you are to craft this deck, don't expect a grand ranking up. Like, you didn't break the format. I don't think it's there. I think it's still short a piece or two, but maybe you can find the piece. Maybe you can do what I could not. But my recommendation would be, if it's about win rate, do not craft. If it's about fun, if it's about something different, if it looked like a playstyle you would enjoy, I would say about every, you know, you might be a 40% win rate a good amount of the time, but those wins are going to feel amazing in a way that, like, not many wins in this format do. I mean, just, you know, curve out mono red isn't that satisfying. We all know that. So that's my take on the deck. I'm really happy that I got to make it. And if you guys watched the stream, you saw that it was certainly a process from the very beginning. A lot of people did not believe in this deck. I'm sure a lot of people in the comments are going to be non-believers, but I had more fun with this process than I have with most. So if you're actually into fun, any of you, good for you. You probably stayed off Reddit. I'm proud of you. I really am. And remember to like this video if you like fun. And remember to like this video if you don't like fun. And thank you for watching. You stayed till the end. You're cool.
CovertGoBlue has mastered the skies, so now he's ready to become the true apex predator by taming a T-Rex. Check out the CovertGoBlue Dinosaur Rider playmat, featuring CGB astride the king of the dinosaurs. Each playmat comes with a free Dinosaur Rider token, so get your hands on this prehistoric prize and pick up CovertGoBlue's Dinosaur Rider playmat today at CoolStuffInc.com/CGB. CoolStuffInc.com, cool stuff in stock.